Good morning, students. Welcome back to the E-class of St. Joseph's Academy, Mariam Nagar, Ghaziabad. This E-class is for class 1. Subject is mathematics. Topic is time. And this presentation is presented by your mathematics teacher, Miss Nikita Kain. My dear students, in this E-class, we will learn about telling time. We will learn how to identify that what is the time by your watch. Let us start now. Students, first of all, we will study that what is an analog clock. This is an analog clock face. The numbers round the clock face are hours. The numbers which you are able to see from 1 to 12, they are the hours. There are 12 hours marked on the clock. How many hours are marked on the clock? There are 12 hours marked on the clock. The numbers which you are able to see from 1 to 12 are hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. These are the hours. Students, there are 24 hours in a day, but on a clock we will be able to see only 12 hours. Okay, there are 12 hours. There are 12 hours on a clock. The lines around the edge are minutes. The lines which you are able to see in the pink color at the edges, they are called the minutes. There are 60 minutes marked on the clock. This is because there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. Students, you are able to see numbers 1 to 12. Now see, we will see the numbers in between 12 to 1. From 12 to 1, we will look at the small pink color lines at the edges. See, we will count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are 5. That means there is 5 minutes interval between all the numbers. That means from the numbers 1 to 12, there will be 5 minutes difference in all. There will be 5 minutes gap. So total there will be 60 minutes. In 1 hour, when clock will make a one round, it will make 1 hour. That means 60 minutes. Okay, 60 minutes in 1 hour. There are two hands in a clock. One hand is small hand and the other hand is the long hand or big hand. One is small hand and the other one is big hand. The small hand points to the hours. The small hand which you are able to see in the red color in this picture, this is small hand. It denotes hours. The big hand points to the minutes. The big hand which you are able to see in the pink color denotes minutes. That means big hand or the long hand will always tell you the minutes and the small hand will always tell you the hours. When the big hand points to the 12, the time is o'clock. That means if the small hand is at 3 and big hand is at 12, then the time will be 3 o'clock. Skip count by fives. We know that 60 minutes are on the clock. There are total 60 minutes in a clock. There are 5 minutes from 12 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and so on. Count with me by fives around the clock. Now we will count fives around the clock. We will start from 12 to 1. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It makes 5 minutes. Then from 1 to 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It made 5 minutes. Then 5 plus 5 is 10. Then 2 to 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means 15 minutes. Now 3 to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means 20 minutes. Now 4 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 25 minutes. Then 5 to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 30 minutes. 6 to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means 35 minutes. 7 to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means 40 minutes. Then 8 to 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 45 minutes. 9 to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 50 minutes. Then 10 to 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 55 minutes. Then 11 to 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means 60 minutes. Now we had started from 12 to 1 and now we have ended at 12. That means we have completed one full round and it calculated 60 minutes. That means when the long hand will complete one full round, it will make 60 minutes. That will be equal to 1 hour. This means there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. If your long hand will be at 2, that means it will be 10 minutes. And for example, short hand will be at 4, that means 4 hours and 10 minutes. Students, see, this is a digital clock. I told you that we have two clocks, analog clock and digital clock. In an analog clock, we have the hands of the clock. We have minute hands and hour hand. In this clock, digital clock, we do not have the hands. Just the hours and minutes are shown printed. In printed letters, they are shown in printed numbers. Okay, so we don't have to calculate that what the time is by the watch. What we have to do, just we have to look at the watch and we will be able to see. For example, on the screen you are able to see 3 hours and 30 minutes. That means 3:30 is the time. Like this we will be able to know the time. We don't have to calculate it. We just have to see the clock, and by seeing the clock we will be able to know that what is the time. We did not look at the hands and calculate that what is the time is being shown by the watch. We just have to see the numbers that are shown on the screen or on the watch. This is a digital clock. The hours are to the left of the column. One column is shown, two dots, small dots. These are called columns. On the left of the column, we have hours, and to the right of the column, we have the minutes. Left hand side hours and right hand side minutes. You can see this on a cell phone or your microwave at home. For example of this digital clock is your microwave oven at your home or your mobile phone, where we are able to see the time printed, just printed on the screen, seen on the screen. We don't have to calculate, we just have to see the time, and by seeing we will be able to know that what is the time by the watch. AM and PM. 12 am is midnight. We are sleeping at this time. 12 pm is noon. We eat lunch at this time. When we say am, we are referring to the hours before noon. AM means before noon. दोपहर से पहले. When we see PM, we are referring to the hours, that means past noon, after 12 o'clock. दिन के 12 बजे के बाद, that is noon time. After 12 o'clock we say PM, and before 12 we say AM. Okay, that means before noon, and PM means past noon. We sleep before that, and we sleep at PM. Okay, AM and PM. Easy way to remember AM and PM. Now see what is the easy way to remember that it is AM or PM. AM means after midnight and PM means past morning. Let's draw it on our clocks and draw our own example. Now we will be solving the exercise to know this chapter, this topic very deeply. We will be now solving the exercise. So students, now please open your book, page number 110. Students, now please open your page number 110, mathematics book, time. Clocks and watches tell us the time. Look at the clock. The short hand of the clock is at 7. The long hand is at 12. The time is 7 colon 00 or 7 o'clock. There are two ways to write the time. Either we write as the digital way 7 colon 00 or 7 o'clock. When the short hand is at 7, that means hours. And minute hand, long hand is at 12, that means 7 o'clock. 7 colon 00. That is also called 7 o'clock. Now we will solve the exercise. Question number 1. Write the time. In this we have to write the time. See number 1. The short hand is at 12 and the long hand is also at 12. That means the time is 12 colon 00. 12 o'clock. Number 2. Short hand is at 9. Hours hand is at 9 and long hand, minutes hand is at 12. That means 9 o'clock. 9 colon 00. Number 3. The short hand, hours hand is at 11 and the long hand is at 12. Minute hand is at 12. That means time is 11 o'clock. 11 colon 00. Number 4. Short hand. That means the hours hand is at 4 and the long hand is at 12. Minutes hand is at 12. That means the time is 4 o'clock. 4 colon 00. Number 5. Short hand is at 8 and the long hand is at 12. Minutes hand is at 12 and hours hand is at 8. The time is 8 o'clock. 8 colon 00. Number 6. Short hand is at 2 and the long hand is at 12. Minutes hand is at 12 and hours hand is at 2. That means the time is 2 o'clock. 2 colon 00. Now page number 111. Question number 1. Write the time. Here we have to write the time. See the clock. Raj wakes up at 6 o'clock. Short hand is at 6 and long hand is at 12. So the time is 6 o'clock. Then he leaves home at dash o'clock. Now see the time. Short hand is at 7 and long hand is at 12. That means 7 o'clock. He reaches school at dash dash. He reaches school at, see the time, see the clock. Short hand is at 8 and long hand is at 12. That means 8 o'clock. Then he goes to play at dash dash. See the watch, see the clock. Short hand is at 3 and the long hand is at 12. That means the time is 3 o'clock. Then he returns at dash. He returns home at dash. See the clock. Short hand is at 5 and long hand is at 12. That means time is 5 o'clock. Then he goes to bed at dash. See the clock. Shorthand is at 9 and longhand is at 12. That means the time is 9 o'clock. He wakes up at 6 o'clock. Then he leaves home at 7 o'clock. He reaches school at 8 o'clock. Then he goes to play at 3 o'clock. Then he returns at 5 o'clock. And at last he goes to bed at 9 o'clock. Now question number 2. Draw the hands to show the time. Here clock is given and the time is given. We have to draw the hands. Number 1 is 2 o'clock. So for 2 o'clock, short hand will be at 2 and the long hand will be at 12. Number 2, 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock, that means short hand, hours hand is at 4 and long hand, minutes hand at 12. Then 11 colon 00. 11 o'clock, short hand at 11 and long hand at 12. Then 2 colon 00. That means short hand at 2 and long hand at 12. Then last one, 6 colon 00. That means short hand, hours hand at 6 and long hand, minutes hand at 12. Students, now please note down your homework. Complete page number 110 in your mathematics book. In maths book, the exercise which is given on page number 110 to write the time. You have to complete that exercise in your maths book. My dear students, thank you so much for listening to me very patiently. I hope to see you soon in our next mathematics class. Till then, be safe at home and complete all your homework. Thank you and have a nice day.